Hey everyone, it's Pam. So today I have another review, so let's get started. Today I will be reviewing not a sunscreen, a foundation, and I will be reviewing the Clinique Even Better Glow Light Reflecting Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15. And I did purchase the foundation last, I think it was August 2019, and I purchased it while I was visiting my parents in California. In case you didn't know, I did used to live in China, and I just recently moved back, so I would visit every summer for the past like 7 years. And in the summertime I would try to buy like whatever I wanted that I couldn't necessarily get over there. I did purchase the makeup at the Clinique store inside Macy's. Random, my hair is wet. I did get out of the shower, but I just decided to put a bandana on, so pardon that aspect. And just some background information, I do have normal to dry, particularly in wintertime dry skin type, and I do have very sensitive skin. And I had been wanting to try the Clinique foundation, so I decided to purchase that when I visited my parents. I do only use fragrance-free skincare, and I've been trying to transition to like fragrance-free color cosmetics, and that's a little bit harder to do because a lot of things have added scent. Clinique is fragrance-free, so I decided to purchase it. If it is 100% fragrance-free or synthetically fragrance-free, it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have added essential oils, so just be aware of that. This one, from what it seems, does have some leaf extract and bark extract, so grapefruit extract. I did purchase 2 of them, so this is the box. So one foundation contains 1 fluid ounce of liquid, which is 30 milliliters, and the actual packaging, it's quite cute. It's a carton box, like just carton, and it has like a flower pattern like in pastels in the like background, and then it has a C for Clinique, and then on the back there are directions and ingredients. Once you open the box, you get a plastic squeezy tube. It is more of a wide tube, but it is short. And the bottle is opaque, and it also has a metallic like silver cap. So just unlock the cap, and then you can squeeze and dispense the product out. On the bottom you will see the shade once again. On the back you have the directions listed. In terms of the packaging, I love the packaging. I think it's very practical, it's sturdy, it's great to travel with. And the type of sunscreen, it has oxynate 6%, titanium dioxide 3.8%, and zinc oxide, which is 3.0%. And it does claim to be allergy tested, 100% fragrance free. It claims to have sheer to moderate coverage, and the finish is a luminous finish, and it just says that it protects with a soft luminous touch. Skin looks lit from within instantly and over time. It is oil free. It says to shake well before use. You can find it on Ulta and Sephora and on the Clinique website, and I will link those sites in the description box. And I think it retails for $29.50. Seems like there are 24 shades listed on the Sephora website. According to the Clinique website, it is meant to be used for people who have dry combination to combination oily skin. And on the actual site, I will be looking and referencing what it says. It's vitamin C and E help create a brighter skin tone. Broad spectrum SPF protects against future darkening. Stay true pigments won't change color on your skin for flawless, undetectable coverage. It is non-streaky, non-settling, non-acnegenic. It is ophthalmologist tested, appropriate for contact lens wearers, sweat and humidity resistant. I have CN52 neutral, and I have WN38 stone. I do have somewhat of an olive undertone. I am quite yellow. I do have a lot of yellow, and my face is actually quite red. I do have rosacea, so it's impossible to really match your face or your foundation to so many different like shades on your body. So I don't really care about having an exact match. This is a shade CN52 Neutral, and it is more of a neutral shade. It is a bit grayish. WN38, and this is in the shade Stone. And ooh, oh no, that's way too much. And usually I go for the 38 Stone as my summer shade. This one here underneath that I just blended out, this is Neutral, and this one on top, this big patch, is Stone. WN38 Stone. So I know they look similar on screen, but they're not. The neutral one is more gray, and the Stone one is more yellow. It's actually way more yellow. You really can't see with the light on. And this is in the shade CN52 Neutral. So I'm just gonna squeeze an amount on my hand. And typically I love to apply this foundation with this 105 e.l.f. stippling brush. That's how I prefer it. This foundation works very, very well with your hands. I love applying it with my hands. It also works very well with the sponge, dry or damp. I most often use either my hands or the brush. But since most people, or a lot of people, do not like using their hands, I will apply half with the brush and half with a sponge. So on this side of my face with a sponge, and I'll just do about 3 stripes on my face. Oops. And yes, it's not a great match right now, but then again, usually I do mix this foundation with the MAC Face and Body and 2 color, because this is a little bit light, so I do actually mix the foundation with it. But for today's purposes, I'm gonna just be using the foundation as is. So this is a sponge. It's from Watson's, and it is new. Watson's, it's like a popular drugstore that is very common in Asia. And this is how it looks with the sponge. I will go ahead and use the brush. I am gonna squeeze a little bit more out. Depending on the amount that you use, you can get very light coverage if you choose to shear it out with like a lotion or just applying a drop of it, and you can get somewhat of a medium coverage. I don't use full coverage foundations, and I like more of a natural medium. I like more of a natural look with the brush, and then this side is the side with the sponge. Let me see if I can bring the light down a bit. I will zoom you in. So this is the side with the sponge, and this is the side with the brush. Here on my lip, it might seem a little bit more textured, but that is because my upper lip right now is flaking. My skin is really irritated at the moment. Foundation, I think, does a very good job at not accentuating the flakiness. I was using a retinoid, and I think it burned my skin, so that's why it has that texture. Brush, sponge. You let me know which side you think is best. So I will go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll meet you back here and conclude with my thoughts and a review on the product. In terms of it offering SPF protection, I would not rely on the foundation to offer sun protection. I never do. I am an avid user of sunscreen. In terms of it being a dewy or luminous finish, I agree. I think it has a very nice, fresh, dewy finish. Very natural looking. I am a contact lens wearer, and it doesn't irritate my eyes at all. I absolutely love this foundation. It does not settle into my lines. It does not emphasize texture. I think it really gives like a healthy luminous finish to the skin. On the box it says it gives you sheer to moderate coverage, and I absolutely agree with it. Now, the type of foundation that I like my skin to breathe, and I do not like full coverage foundation on me personally. So I've never owned a full coverage foundation, so you can go quite sheer with this if you apply a drop and just blend it all over your face, and it will just kind of even out your complexion. And you can layer it. It does layer very nicely. It doesn't pill, it doesn't clump, it does not irritate my skin, it does not make my skin itch, and I think it gives the right amount of coverage that I'm looking for. And I just love the way that my skin feels. It feels like it can breathe. Does it transfer? I mean, you have to really set it well, and I personally do not like using powder. I'm not very excessive with it, so of course anything can transfer, but it doesn't like just fall off your face. And on the site it did say that it is like sweat and humidity resistant. Where I lived in China, in Tianjin, so we had very dry winters, and the summer is very, very humid, like super humid. And of course I didn't have a car. I would just walk everywhere, and I would be out for hours, and I would say when I did use it, it like held up very well. It did not like melt off my face. I think it kind of looks better the more that you wear it. So yeah, I mean, personally, I think claims of being humidity resistant, most people when they do wear foundation, they don't expect being outside for 8 hours a day walking and like sweating. However, for me, I would go out for a long time because of the transportation I had to do. So I figured I might as well stay out and enjoy the day, and I would be walking in the sun and sweating. So when you're in those situations, your makeup is not going to wear as long, but there are things that you can do to help it. But I do think it holds up very well in hot climate. But I absolutely love it. I will link a... I haven't heard many YouTubers talk about Clinique, like color cosmetics, especially their face products, and I don't know, maybe it's just the type of makeup I like. I really, really love the way that it sits on my face. I love that it doesn't feel heavy. I love that it gives my face a natural, luminous look, and it doesn't really clog my skin, and it doesn't make, it just makes my skin look better. Really, I really think it does. And I think this is a great, great foundation. I think if you have sensitive skin, I highly recommend it. I love that it doesn't have that nasty perfume smell. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried it? Do you like it? Which Clinique products would you recommend? Have you tried any Clinique products? So I hope this review was helpful, and please let me know your comments, concerns, points of debate, and let's start a conversation on Clinique products or just anything in general. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.